I have come to realize that many people do actually confuse a lot between being optimistic versus being a positive-minded person. So here's the difference. Being optimistic is merely hoping for a good result no matter the circumstances. So maybe some factors might not be, in alignment with your plan, but you decide to overlook them in the meantime, hoping you will get a time to sort them along the path. But you simply hope that everything is going to work out in a good way. And being a positive-minded person is, firstly, I think you have to be optimistic, of course, reasonably, but also being open to all other possibilities of the outcome. And still being able to show your stand that even if this happens, this is my stand. That is how I can say you are becoming either a positive-minded person or a negative-minded person. And unfortunately for negative-minded person, they normally they don't have any stand, but they just fall for anything. Here are 3 strong examples of the positive-minded people that I have learned from them. Number 1 is from the Bible. Actually, for those who are reading the Bible, you know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It's from Daniel. Maybe I can tell you very briefly this story. These 3 guys, I think they were working under some king, and once upon a time, it reached to the point, this king wanted everybody to worship them. And for these 3 guys, they said, no, we cannot worship you because we have our God. Now, I will read to you these 2 statements, which is from Daniel 3, verse 17 and verse 18. So, verse 17, it says, if that is the case, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. This is after the king threatened to kill them after they refused to worship him. So this is what they told him, that if that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from your hand, and he will deliver us. And I can say this first statement, it represents being optimistic. But they did not stop there. It continued as follows. It says, but if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. So they were open to all possibilities. They knew that God is an almighty God. He's powerful. He can do anything at any time, at any place. Nothing limits God. But still, they were open to all possibilities that it may happen God will not come to save us from your hand. But even if it happens that God does not save us, we still are not going to worship you. I think this is one of the very high virtues I can describe of a positive-minded person. That was example number 1. Example number 2, I learned about one company. It's called Merck. Yesterday I was listening actually to one of the audiobooks by Alexandra, and it's called How Successful People Think. And in that book, he has mentioned about this company, Merck. And this is one of the things which happened. Once upon a time, they were making these medicines which could cure the blindness for developing countries. And along the process, they had even not finished producing those medicines. But along the process, they came to realize that the people whom this medicine was made for them, they were not able to afford this medicine. So after they came to realize this point, now it was the question, okay, so what shall we do? Should we stop the production process? Should we do something else? What should we do? And then there was one quote which one of the founders of this company said. He said, we try never to forget that medicine is for the people. It is not for the profit. This is the speech which he gave while they were trying to answer this challenge that they had faced. And it is said that they decided to continue production of that medicine, and they just gave it all away for free to all the people who needed it. And still, they managed to get profits from all other channels of the company. And this company, I think it still exists until today. And example number 3 is the airports. Why do you see fire departments at the airports? Does that mean that all the airports, they are so much negative to the extent that they are expecting fire at any time T? I don't think so. But all I think is, these guys, they are so positive to let the airplanes in and out of the airport, but still they are prepared in case of any negative outcome. That is why they would put the fire department always prepared to extinguish any fire at any time T. This is highest form of positivity. But most people, they are just optimistic, and they are still thinking they are positive-minded person. That is why it is being said most businesses, they die before reaching the age of 5. Why? Because I think most people who are coming to form these businesses, they always come with highest optimism. They are so much optimistic about so many things, but they even decide to omit all the negative possibilities that might come up along the process, but the moment they are now initiating the process, they come to realize there is so much negativity, there is so much opposition. At the end of the day, they decide to quit doing the business altogether. We also have some people who are getting married. They just meet, beautiful couples in the street. The man looks up to the woman, she's so beautiful, she looks romantic, and he's being optimistic. Oh my God, if I stay with this woman in my house, maybe I'm gonna be happy all the time. But at the moment they get into the house, then they get to know each other into their real appearance, like their behaviors, anything else. And then upon realizing these features, someone says, oh my God, I cannot take this, I cannot take this. And also I can define this, that these people were only being optimistic, but they are not positive-minded persons because they were not prepared in case of any negative outcome. And also, this is why even in these motivational books, you can read Napoleon Hill, you can read Brian Tracy, you can read Peter Lynch, or anybody else. They would tell you that, okay, you can become whatever you want to become, but not if you do it once. You have to do it again and again and again. And this is why the word persistence exists, because they know even if they tell you it's possible, you can be anything you want to be, but that doesn't work at once. You do it once, it will never happen. That is a negative result. So you can't tell Napoleon Hill like, hey, why do you tell me if I do it once it will not happen? Then you are negative. No, he's not negative. He's just being positive. But he's avoiding being only optimistic. He tells you, if you want it to work, you have to do it until it works. You have to do it now, it fails. Do it again, it fails. Until you see it working. That is how so many people, that is how so many stuff gets worked out. So by concluding this message, I kindly ask you to learn how to become a positive-minded person by being optimistic whilst taking into account all possible outcomes that may come. And at that same time, you have to be able to make a stand that even if this doesn't work the way I want it to work, I'm still going to do it again. Even if this product I'm making is not going to get the attention that I'm hoping it gets, I'm still gonna make it anyway. I'm going to improve it. I'm going to become better. This is how you turn from become a mere optimistic person into a positive-minded person. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe in order to get more videos from us. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it with your friends and whoever you think that needs to hear this message so much. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye and see you again soon.